welcome to the ride. I'm in the Cotswold Hills, riding towards a very small village called Charlton Abbots. Its name suggests the place was once connected with the abbots of nearby Winchcombe Abbey back in the Middle Ages. It's one of the most peaceful and wonderful places I've been to on my travels in the Cotswolds, and on this lovely early summer's day. As you climb southward out of Winchcombe, it would be very easy to miss, well, the little hamlet really of Charlton Abbots, off the lane between Winchcombe and Sevenhampton. A little signpost is the only thing to tip you off to its existence. Cottages and walls of typical Cotswold stone. As I said, the village once belonged to Winchcombe Abbey, and it was here that the monks had a leper's house, a refuge indispensable in medieval times. And round this corner there's a brief glimpse of the much extended but impressive Tudor manor house surrounded by its outbuildings. This, a few cottages and a tiny church are all that you will find of this little place, but it's the extraordinarily beautiful surroundings that make it so special, together with its history, of course. I'll certainly make a note to come back and take a look around one day. But there's another landmark, established over 4,000 years before the monks were here, and it's that I'm now riding over to see. This is a lovely lane with occasional views of the valley below on the right hand side. It's time for a coffee stop and picnic. And the beauty of a light motorcycle, and by that I mean one at least well under 30 stone in weight, is that you can pull off the road in a suitable spot and know that you at least have a fighting chance of getting the bike back on the road again. It just opens up the options. Telltale bridleway sign is often a good indicator. A farm entrance deep in the hedges is ideal, and here we have one. This place indeed looks ideal for a short break, with views over the valley below. What a biker's cafe! Overlooking the valley carved out by the Beesmoor Brook on its way through various watercourses and rivers to the River Severn. Well, having refreshed body and soul, it's time to move on. And I'm heading now for a place called Belas Knap, a Neolithic long barrow dating from 3,000 years BC. After a lovely little ride along this beautiful little lane, I'm looking for a place to pull up. The map shows a parking area should be coming up on the right very soon. this woodland. Here's the place to pull in. Stop and take a look around. Having attached my helmet to the bike with a cycle lock, let's head up the hill to Belas Knap. There's a definite holloway here. That's a path that has been worn down over many years of use, usually a sign of some antiquity. Out of the woodland and onto open fields. Nearing the top now, and that was a steepish climb in riding gear, just a little worn. Anyway, I'm here at the top of the hill. And wow, there it is. Belas Knap long barrow, built back in the Stone Age. 180 feet long, 60 feet wide and 14 feet high. A great pile of earth dug up and shaped with stone tools and picks made from deer antlers. And this impressive entrance is in fact a dummy. And the burial chambers are actually entered from the sides of the barrow. Why a dummy entrance? No one knows. To deter robbers perhaps? But this isn't a pyramid, there was never any gold in here. Was it a spirit door of some sort intended to allow the dead to come and go? And take the offerings brought to the tomb by descendants. Who knows? Well, this is the first entrance, and it's on the northwest side. It's the northwest chamber. And excavations back in the 19th century found the remains of 14 people in here. We're now approaching the southern end of the monument. And this in fact is the southern chamber. The remains of only one body have been found in here. This is the southeastern chamber, in which were found the remains of 4 people. And in this northeastern chamber were found 12 burials. Just think, these huge stones were placed here by people 5,000 years ago. Just to survive in those days on these hilltops was an achievement in its own right. But to add to your labour and manually build landmarks like this was just amazing, really. And here, back at the false entrance, behind the wall were found the remains of 6 skeletons, including 5 infants, which are thought to be later Bronze Age burials. Which suggests the monument held the respect of people for centuries after it was built. Right, now for a descent of the hill, along the narrow path, across the open fields, down the ancient holloway, back to the bike. At least my helmet is still here. And there's a glimpse of Sudeley Castle across the valley. I hadn't noticed that before. So heading back down the escarpment to Winchcombe, there's quite a steep drop here. In fact, the Ordnance Survey map marks the gradient at 1 in 6 around this bend, and it feels it too. The road is called Corndean Lane, and there's a Corndean Hall nearby, according to the map. You just have to watch this road, especially under the trees where it's damp and a bit greasy. Those Stone Age people built Belas Knap right at the top of the northward facing escarpment that I'm now riding down, back towards the Cotswold town of Winchcombe in the valley bottom. I've certainly enjoyed these few hours in the hills, the beautiful Cotswold hills, to which I'll keep returning. And if you've enjoyed the ride too, please give me a like, subscribe, perhaps even share. I'll then let you know when I'm next out and about. I'd welcome your company. But for now, I'm done.